During our Farm Basics time today, we're going to talk about controlling weeds early versus controlling them later in the season. Now, this is our Farm Basics time, so we're not going to get super detailed here or anything, but there's a big difference between stopping weeds right away in the season versus letting them grow, get larger, and then trying to control them.
Well, let's talk about the first way that farmers will try to stop them early, and that is getting some sort of herbicide out there or do some sort of tillage so you never see those weeds to begin with. Now, the tillage can disturb those seeds as they're starting to germinate and pull the roots out from underneath them and till them under, bury them under some dirt and kill them if they are already starting to germinate. But herbicide is kind of a neat thing too, because you can put a herbicide on the soil and it can impact that seed as it's germinating and stop it before you ever have to see it. And then that soil activity can last for a few weeks or maybe even a few months into the season.
So I think back about 3 generations ago, before herbicides existed and before everyone was doing tillage out there, there was a lot of hand pulling of weeds. Well, you can go out and hand pull weeds, but literally the next day you come back out and here are some more weeds that have germinated. The advantage to both tillage and herbicide is you're going to kill weeds that are down into the ground. So now you don't have to worry about, oh, tomorrow there's going to be an entirely new flush of weeds.
Well, there is going to be another flush of weeds coming at some point.
Yes.
So for farmers, the biggest weed control thing that they want to see is getting that crop up so it shades everything out. Crop canopy is excellent for stopping weeds. If the sunlight's not hitting the soil, the weed seeds are not getting that signal that it's time to germinate and come. So farmers want to get to crop canopy. So to do so, they've got to stop those weeds early, and then a little bit into the season, farmers will go out with another herbicide application or potentially a tillage application or a hand weeding to try to take any weeds out that are starting to come again up until that crop canopy time. Now, you may say, well, wait a second, why did they waste their time on that first pass if they're just going to have to come back again and kill weeds later?
Yep, and what it really amounts to is 2 things. Number 1, actually killing all the weeds, and number 2, yield. So in terms of weed control in general, there is a height for just about any post-emerge herbicide out there, and once the weed gets bigger than that height, then the normal rate of herbicide will no longer control that weed. And the problem with that is now we may end up with weed resistance in the future because the seeds may exhibit a little tolerance, so you definitely don't want that. What we always say is a dead weed can't become a resistant weed, so we need to control that weed. But in terms of the yield side, if weeds come up at all, yield is hurt. Moisture is robbed from the soil, nutrients are robbed from the soil, there's competition there, there's shading, there are lots of negative impacts on the crop. So as a farmer, I want to kill those weeds as soon as I possibly can in order to get the most yield out of that field.
Well, for farmers, weed control is certainly one of those things they need to do to have a successful crop. One of the weeds they may be fighting is our weed of the week. We'll show you how to stop this tough weed coming up later in the show.